Today on Straight Talk, I'm with Deb Faust, the custodial supervisor, MSD Decatur Township. Deb, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Deb, you're a member of ISSA, and
Yes.
as an in-house service provider professional, it's
Mhm.
always nice to see our members doing something kind of cool and special. Why don't you speak a little bit about your school and the program we're going to get into?
So here at MSD of Decatur Township, we started a student custodial program back in December of 2020. This was because our high school was short-staffed. We had 100 applications um, to go through. We interviewed those students. We had a criteria that they had to meet, and we narrowed it down to 12 students. Those 12 students then, in February of 2021, um, joined our custodial team at Decatur Central High School. Our students started out making $7.25 an hour. Uh, they it really enjoyed the program, and then COVID hit, and so at that point, then we had to cease the program, and then we ended up bringing those students back, and we trained our students to clean for COVID, and we brought them back in April of 2021. We actually had 5 staff at our high school at that time, and then our 12 students. And without those 12 students, we would not have been able to have cleaned our high school for COVID. So,
Yeah, I can
um,
imagine. I can imagine.
so
Oh,
those students were a huge, huge help. They worked very closely with our adult custodians, and to this day, they still work very closely. Um, right now, we have 9 buildings, and we have students in all of our buildings. Today, we have 32 student custodians.
okay. Well, Deb, we'll come back to you in a moment, but I think we have two young stars there with you, don't we?
Yes.
Yep.
Here we go. We have Hayden Huey and Cecil McGlynn. Good to meet you both.
Good to meet you as well. Good to meet you.
So you're part of this program.
Yeah.
Well, either one of you can answer these questions I have for you. I think this is cool that young people are seeing a need to help, and there's always a need for people to clean, and cleaning is a valuable resource, as everyone's learned from COVID. So when you both heard about this program, you saw an opportunity, didn't you?
Yeah. To really make money and save for our futures, that we got to have an
Yes.
adult life and make money and live, I guess, right?
So, Cecil, anything to add there?
Um, it was a good way to start off my experience in the workforce and to explore things beyond this job.
Okay. How old were you both when you started this program?
Sophomore. Yeah.
Sophomore.
I was a freshman, I was 14.
I was going to say, it's been a while since I was in high school. Sophomore is about 15.
15,
Yeah.
16.
Do you guys have your driver's licenses yet?
Trying, but
No,
that test is a lot harder than you think.
I'm 15.
All right. I know that. I'm just kidding. So getting to work, I mean, you ride the school bus, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know many people that can go to work and the school bus takes them. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Only
Okay.
one trip of gas.
Yeah. So let me ask this. What are your fellow students, your friends, what do they think about this?
They always think I'm on punishment. I got in trouble at school because I'm taking out trash at the cafeteria. Hey, what's up with that? Why aren't you working at like Menards or Burger King or something like that? But I see it as a nice job to have because I have nowhere to go. and it
All right.
it works around my sports. It's flexible with. I'm in athletics. I play baseball. It really works around that. You know, I can still participate in those sports, and it's very understanding.
I would have to think that it would be since you're working where you play sports, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about what you do in the school, when you're are you working like a couple hours after school? Is that how that works?
Yeah, you can work after school, and we have free periods that we can have, and we have to get permission to work those, but we can work during those, if we want.
Hayden, what happens if you get detention and you're supposed to go to work? Has that happened yet?
Nope. Pretty good students, so
You both seem like nice young men, but let me ask this. I have to think the peer pressure might be tough. We talked about that a little bit, but you have good jobs there at the school. What conversations do you have with other students about this? Like, do you ever talk about it? And do other kids like think maybe I should do it too?
well, some people actually will come up to me and like when I'm working or something, they'll actually ask about this job and how do I apply for this job or are you open for this? And like, yeah, it's pretty good workplace. It's really flexible, works around us and pays good.
Yeah. Do you ever clean in some of your own classrooms, like with your own teachers there?
Sometimes,
I
and
do.
it's kind of cool to talk to them and
It's a different level of respect they give you.
Yeah, I imagine. Do you get better grades because of this?
you
No?
do. That's why we don't have detention or anything because
Yeah.
we try to work well and be good students and not really
There, you have to have
understand.
good grades, and um, you can get credits for this. Like you can ask your head director of your hallway. There's 5 hallways, but you can ask that director if I can get like a course for this, and you can earn like credits through it.
High school credits.
I see. See, it's been a long time for me. I kind of forget what credits were like, but I remember I remember they were important way back then. I've heard some people in this program have stayed on as custodians after graduation. I don't know what your plans are, but let me ask this last question, then we'll go back to Deb. Hayden, what's your big dream ambition?
Well, at our school, we have multiple pathways of like construction and many others. And I'm going with the construction pathway and to do electrical. And
That's a good trade. Just be careful. It can be a shocking experience.
very shocking.
Yes, it can. Cecil, I have to ask you, what are your dreams and ambitions?
Well, big dream is to go pro in my sport, but very, very low chance. So,
So you're
but
talking baseball.
yeah,
Okay. Well, I don't see why you couldn't do it. You go to all your practices.
yeah,
What do you play? What position?
catcher.
Oh, I don't think I'd want that job. So I hope
But
you make it. And maybe one day I'll see you on TV. But both of you keep up the good work. It's great to hear your stories. Let's go back to Deb. So Deb, thank you for setting all this up and having the two young men there. Hopefully I'll have one to do my electrical work in my house, and another one I can watch on TV as he plays baseball. Who knows what the future may bring? But how unique is this type of program?
This program is very unique because we do offer the students to take the course in Canvas to earn high school credits
Mhm.
to help them. And part of that course is they have to write paragraphs and they have to answer certain questions. The students are required to keep their grades up. And in order to get into the program, they have to have 3 letters of references from their teachers. We expect them to be role models and good citizens in the school. So again, we kind of base our program on good students, and helping the community as well. So our program is pretty unique.
It sounds fantastic. I don't know if others are, as they watch this program, might reach out to you, who knows, and ask some questions. But what a great way to handle the somewhat of a labor shortage with workers who want to work, who everyone benefits here. Is there any downside to this?
No, I don't see any downside to this. All of our students, all of our custodial staff, we are all very Decatur proud to have the students that we have, because they just do an excellent job. Um, I can put any of our students into a classroom, and they can do a classroom clean just like any of my adults. And I wouldn't have any problem putting any of my students into a room and doing clean.
Fantastic. Last question. Can you talk about after the program has concluded for some students, have they stayed on?
Um, we have had 7 of our students actually transition over to be full-time employees for us. And actually, one of my students has had transitioned over to be one of our youngest head custodians. And she has sadly left our program, and she has gone on to one of the hospitals here in Indianapolis, and she's going to be a floor technician. So it's really the program. There's so many possibilities for the kids. So
Absolutely. The one who went to the hospital, you say floor technician, as in cleaning?
stripping, waxing, and taking care of floors. She
Okay.
learned that here,
Staying in the industry.
staying in the
Cleaning.
industry. And she's going above and beyond. And actually, one of our foremen trained her, and she's awesome. And
Great to hear.
we're
7.
very Decatur proud of her.
You're about to tear up, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, that's okay. It's great to hear so many, more than 7 have done something with you further after the program. That's a great number. And if you ever go to ISSA show, you see all the pride about the industry, because we're serving people and keeping the world a cleaner, healthier place, which is what ISSA is all about. And
Mhm.
as a member, we thank you, Deb, for all you're doing.
Thank you.